Hello everybody, it's the Grub back once again, and I have a special set of videos that I'm working on here. And this is the first installment of them. This is a request that was made by one of my patrons. He wanted me to do a kind of a Star Tours kind of thing here within Star Wars Galaxies. He wanted me to kind of give a tour of the POIs on all the different planets, so I figured I would oblige him. And so we're going to start our first POI tour on Tatooine. And I've already got the first one laid out. I'm fairly close to it. I think you might be able to see it just there over the rise. That there is Jabba's Palace. Just past the little town of Wayfar. And why is it called Wayfar? Because it's way far out there. But Jabba's Palace is one of the theme parks within the Star Wars Galaxies. You can actually work your way up the ranks to be able to get further and further in, deeper and deeper into the old Bamir monastery there. Maybe you come across a Bamir monk. But really, who's there to see a bunch of brains in jars on spider legs? Everybody wants to go there to see the big worm himself. That's right, Jabba is inside, and you can work your way up to seeing him. I do not recall if I've done any of the Jabba's theme parks. So I don't know if I already have access to him already, or if not, that might be another episode at another time, running the theme parks. But there it is. That's the big monastery, the big Jabba's Palace. And here is the door. And I'll see if I have access to it. It's been a long time since I played, and I want to say that to start, you go to Wayfar over there. There's some quest in there somewhere that triggers the Jabba theme park. I believe. I can't remember. I need to turn my HUD back on here for a moment. Oh, well, the door's opening. Maybe I do have access. So as you come into the great entry hall of the palace, I have 2 quests here, which means I probably don't have access. Okay, yeah. Yeah, but you come in here, you get your quest, and like I said, you work your way up to see Jabba. I think there's 5 or 6 quest givers that you have to go through before you even have access to Jabba's throne room. Then you got to work within there. But this is Jabba's Palace. Like I said, maybe I'll do another series of the theme parks. We'll come back and we'll work our way in to see Jabba. So I'll be back as we get closer to our next point of interest on the planet Tatooine. And we are now starting to approach our next point of interest here. It is the Dark Lighter Estate, home of Biggs and Gavin as well. So this is just another one of those. It's kind of like a mini theme park. You can take quests from the Dark Lighters, if I'm not mistaken. I've not been out here very long, a long while here, but this is the Dark Lighter Estate. Let's go ahead and park ourselves. Could have swore there was... Maybe you can go inside and then speak with Huff. There's Huff. There is Biggs dead. So he wants us to talk to the guard. So I don't remember if this is a theme park or what. Ah, okay. So to speak with him, I have to go to Naboo and get a gun. So I can't. It's been so long since I've done anything out here as far as the theme parks go. All I remember is the three majors: Jabba's, Imperial, and Rebel. But that has been the Dark Lighter Estate. Go ahead and just kind of browse it around. There we got some moisture evaporators in the valley, some more moisture evaporators out here, some silos. Maybe there's a big pumps. Or maybe I'm wrong and that's not what I think it is. Oh, yeah, okay, it is. That's out for a minute there. I thought maybe, wait a minute. Maybe this is actually part of a village thing. Nope, that's just a little outpost. This must be the workers' huts. Because the Dark Lighters, they don't let just anybody live in their lavish abode there. So there we have it. The Dark Lighter Estate on Tatooine. And I will be back once we've gotten close to our next point of interest. What will it be? Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Krayt sighting, and it is attacking. Run! Run away! Run away so fast! Run away! How much damage did he do me? He didn't... Oh. Yeah, he didn't do too much real damage, but he did do some lasting damage there. Continuing on. And folks, we are nearing our next point of interest. Number 3 on our list of interests for Tatooine. This may be an iconic area. Most will know this. And we're approaching this at just the right time, too. It is almost nighttime. But, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lars homestead. That's right, the home of Owen and Beru Lars. And there's the scorched hut from the attack. The alleged attack, we might say. For, you know, they never actually showed the stormtroopers killing them. Beru could have just set a fire in the kitchen and had a grease fire. Who knows? Well, we got a couple of grave markers out here. I don't think any of them are actually saying anything. But, you know, they're supposed to represent, you know, Owen and Beru Lars, Shashmi, Anakin's mother. I think that was her name, Shashmi. And then other people's. I can't remember. But yes, this is the homestead. That's supposed to be that crater that they all live down in, so there's supposed to be little, like, windows and walk places here, but... And then we have the little hangar slot, where silo. That's what this is supposed to represent. Yes. And then as we come over here, we're going to step up to the edge here. And we're going to fall down the edge here. And we are going to relive a classic moment. We're watching the sun setting of the twin suns of Tatooine. And we will be back shortly with our next entry into the Tatooine Point of Interest Tour. Or Tatooine Star Tours. I don't know yet. I haven't figured a name. Alright folks, and just over this hill is our next point of interest. In fact, this one might have 2 point of interests in view of each other. Let's see what happens when we get closer. Why yes, there it is. And just to double check. Nope, I don't see the other one on within range here. We'll find out more about that one later. I gotta remember what the dismount button was. Let's get on and off the vehicle. But it's the landing, it's the escape pod. And yes, I might get some badges here every now and then as I go, because I may or may not technically have gotten all these before in this one. Now, back when I used to play Galaxies, I actually went around to every point of interest I could find. But yes, this is the escape pod that R2-D2 and C-3PO used to escape the Tantive 4. And we got some Star Destroyers in orbit up there. But yes. But yes, this is that escape pod. With Star Destroyers overhead. Get a first-person view. Kind of look in there. You know, it looks a lot more cramped than it did in the movie. Also, it's a bit rusted out. It's been sitting out here in the desert for a while. Surprised those little sand rats haven't gotten it, those Jawas. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to our next location. Which should be... Oh, not that map. Yeah, it should be just over in this direction. So we'll go ahead and we'll ride off. There we go. Say goodbye to the escape pod. Alright folks, we are coming up on the next point of interest, and there's another crate. It's befitting that there's a crate dragon next to our next... there's a bunch of them. I'm not used to seeing this many here, but then again, back when we were on live servers, we used to go hunting these things till damn near extinction on Tatooine. It looks like somebody's actually fighting a crate dragon up there. But we have the crate dragon, the ancient crate dragon skeleton. I'm seeing fire. I'm getting bounty hunters fighting them. So just kind of swing back here. We'll get a view of the Accione. But yes, we used to go out and hunt these things. But we found the best place that we found hunting them was always over in the crate graveyards. We never could find crates near the crate skull. The crate skeleton here. But yes, this is the crate dragon skeleton. Considering how big their jaw is there, really, compared to that, yeah. This must have been just the Bobby. Look at them. If it wasn't for the fact that I know one of these could rip my head off with or without full body armor. Oh look, you can just make out Jabba's from here. But yeah, I know they could rip me apart with or without armor. So we'll continue on, and we'll leave the fighting of crate dragons to our friend here, who, like I said, I believe he was a bounty hunter because I was seeing flamethrower. And an explosion. Nope, they toppled over. Alright, continue onward to our next point of interest. And we are making our way through the dunes, into the Dune Sea for our next point of interest. You can see the beacon just ahead. We should be able to see it once we top this next rise. What could it be? What could be of interest out in the middle of the Dune Sea? Well, I think you might just be able to see it right now. There's a little bit of tentacle action going there. Yes, it's the Sarlacc, the great pit of Karkan. And it uses the remake Sarlacc, which, you know, aside from the beak thing, wasn't so bad. Like I said, I didn't care for the beak in the new Sarlacc. But there it is. That is the Sarlacc in the Great Pit of Karkan. Cocoon. Something like that. Oops. I got too close. I got too close. But there we go. So that's the Great Pit of Cocoon, the Sarlacc. And just to let you know, there is another Sarlacc. Or as Yoda would say, there is another Sarlacc. Oh, I'm taking damage again. What's the dealio? Or am I just so close that he's damaging me? Alright, well, we're going to move on. We're going to move away from this most dangerous of pits to our next point of interest. Stay tuned. Hello, folks. We are getting back and getting closer to our next point of interest. As you can just see over the hill there, on the horizon, we have ourselves a beacon. And what is this little abode here that beacon is by, you might wonder? Why? It's a very important location in the Star Wars mythos. Very important indeed. This, my friends, is the home of old Ben Kenobi. Let me just pop off my bike. Yeah, apparently I got disease from the Great Pit of Karkan there. From the Sarlacc. Okay, you can't go in. I couldn't remember if you can go in or not. But yes, this is the abode of Obi-Wan Kenobi. And why is it showing me in fighting stance? Okay. Yeah, it's got me I'm diseased. I am gonna, after I do these Star Tours, I'm gonna have to visit a doctor to get healed up. But we have old Ben's house now. As part of our tour Once again, a very important location. This is the home of Obi-Wan Kenobi, the teacher of Luke Skywalker and Anakin Skywalker, or Nuch Veda, as 3PO, as the Ewoks would call him. Oh yeah, this is where the story really begins. Little whiny farm boy gets a magical laser sword and gets to play around as being a spice wizard. So thank you very much, and we will go ahead and God, I keep hitting the wrong button there. I keep trying to hit my H button to turn the HUD off. But yes, and we'll continue on with our tour. Let's move on. And where we're going, we don't need no roads, even though technically this would be the road that we would travel down, up and down to get to there. Now, just wanted to stop here for a moment, folks, and show you this skeleton here. Now, this looks more like a krayt dragon than the ancient krayt dragon bones. Unless the ancient krayt dragons had very small heads and did not look as ominous. I gotta try to remember my key controls here. And yes, I am still diseased. I may have to take a short... I may have to... In fact, yeah, I am. We're gonna turn around, we're gonna head to town, I'm gonna get healed up. Yep. Oh my god, and there's a crate here as well? Seriously? So now when you die, since I didn't cover that in one of my other episodes, you just go to a cloning facility. Alright, so we got some decay. Oh well. Yes, we have absolutely no health at all. So I need to find a doctor. But seriously, there was a crate just outside Bestie. I could never get a crate just outside Bestie. And there's the Imperial base I was talking about earlier. I'll find out here, but I may end up needing to fly somewhere else. It doesn't look like there's... Yeah, there's nobody down the... Just look at the map here. There's nobody down by the hospital, which is just over on the other side of the port here. So I am going to jump over to Mos Eisley. That's usually the more popular place on Tatooine. that was me getting healed and buffed up. uh, Apparently I just had to talk to one of the buff bots, but you know what? Just to be such a nice person, because I am, and I remember how rough it was when you were trying to start off as a medic or an entertainer. You know, you relied on tips. Even if you were doing AFK, you would hope somebody would tip. So you know what? While we're here, let's head up to the cantina here and let's find us a. Let's see if there's any performances going on that can buff us here. Let's see. Yeah, we don't really need the mind buffs, Riley. Let's see. I must have it turned off just in case of the. Just do this. Just might as well get my mind health up as well here. Doesn't hurt. Alright, that's long enough. Alright, we are ready to continue, it looks like. So I will be back once we get close to our destination. Alright, we are approaching our next POI, and as you can see, we're actually descending down into it. We are coming to the Jawa Trade Camp. You got droid, you got mechanical parts, they got the credits. But yes, this is the location where all the Jawas come. Once a season. Or something along those lines. I don't remember how they do measurements of time. Once a season, Jawas all bring in their sand crawlers here. And they come to market. Now they do it at different times, so you know, different Jawas will bring different things. You never know what you might find in trade. And over time, a small little community grew up around it. It's also a great place to go kill Jawas if you just want to kill Jawas. Little sand rats. Alright. Yes, I don't care for Jawa. Alright, so we're going to move on now to our next POI. And I will return when we get close. Hello folks, and we are coming back as we near our next point of interest. And I will say this, these people chose to build in a dangerous place. For our next point of interest is just over here. You can just kind of see it poking out over the hill. That is Fort Tuscan. And before we continue, I'm going to go ahead and do that, just in case. It's a dangerous place to check out. Fort Tuscan is surrounded by, I guess, as you can see, and as you may have guessed, Tuscan Raiders. as you can see, these Tusken Raiders, they ain't no joke. I'd like to try to run in there just to kind of see what's going on. But I just got buffed and healed. And am chicken. And they are red, which means they are deadly. Which means they will kill me within minutes. It wouldn't even be fun to watch them kill me, how fast it would be. So I'm going to go up and we're going to take a look at the fort itself. It should be a little bit safer. Not a whole lot, but a little bit safer. To go check out the fort itself instead of the cave underneath the fort, which is supposed to house some very nice things. So we still have Tuskens, and they are firing right now. I'm running away. Bye-bye. So that was the Fort Tusken. As I stated, the fort where Tusken Raiders have taken over. And I am just going to run like the wind. And let peace as soon as I can peace. Peace! There it is. Like I said, these people built in a very dangerous location. They are literally right next door to dangerous Tuskens. And, oof, sandstorm incoming. Sandstorm incoming. We are in danger of getting lost. So there we go. And I believe there's only 1 or 2 more points of interest left. So we'll find out where we're going next when we reach there. Till then, I'll be back. Alright, and we are back. We just landed in the player town of Serenity. And Serenity is just outside one of my favorite hunting grounds from back in the day. Just make sure I'm going the right track still. Yep, here we go. This was the place to come hunt big game. Like I said, normally I would never be able to find crates around the Crate Dragon Skull. They would always be overcamped. But here, oh here, we have fought many a Crate Dragon in this location. For this is the mighty Crate Dragon Boneyard. The Great Crate Dragon Graveyard. Got somebody over there. That's a TK Master, since he had Cinder over him. He's about to go unarm these fuckers. But yeah. And look at the number of crates in here. I mean, there'd be like maybe 2, 3, 4 maybe back when we would play in live, because, well, these things would get culled. And I can't remember what the spawn timer on them was, but there's a maximum that they could have. They would be spawned in an area at a time. But they had a spawn timer on them. But yeah. This is the Crate Graveyard. And we got a little crate. And a little bit larger crate, but not the big crate. Crates were great to hunt for because they gave you the Crate Dragon Pearl, which was a very valuable item. Not only that, but if you managed to unlock Jedi, not told anyone you would unlock Jedi, you could use the Crate Dragon Pearl, if I'm not mistaken, as part of your lightsaber. And it gave your lightsaber some pretty sick boosts. But again, that was back when Jedi were actually, you know, interesting to have because there's maybe 1, 2 at the most on the server because they had they didn't unlock them for everybody and make them extremely easy to get. Sorry there. But yes, that's been the Crate Dragon Graveyard. Just marking down here to make sure I remember that this was the area I did. I almost went back twice to the escape pod because I couldn't remember if I had done the escape pod. So I will be back once we get to our next location, which I believe is the old Mos Espa Arena track. I believe that is the last one. We've seen everything else here. Now, there are a couple of points of interest that are hidden. They're not actual in-game point of interest, but they're points of interest that have been peaked by the player, so to speak. I believe this is one of them. Let me double check here real quick. I believe somewhere along the edge here was where the oasis was. Maybe that. Maybe that is the oasis over there. Like this here, I think this is the oasis. The Squill Cave is somewhere in this general vicinity. Let's see here. What else can I recall? Can't remember anything else, but yeah, the oasis over here, and then there's the Squill Cave somewhere over in this general area. But they're not actual points of interest. So we'll go on and we'll cop our last point of interest with the Mos Espa Arena. And we'll be back. Alright folks, well we are getting there. Well folks, here we are. We're going to drive right through the middle of some Tuscans. Oh, run, run. Yes, the Mos Espa racetrack. Race arena or whatnot. We can make a run around it. We've got some time here. Since this is the last one, this will be our victory lap as we complete the Tatooine Point of Interest Star Tour. Looks like some people have built in the racing arena, adding more obstacles to the course. It's been a long time since I've done this, and I cannot really remember 100% what was there. And how long it was. Sure would be nice if you could hit a boost. But yeah, this is the racing arena here. This is where you can come to race your friends on Tatooine. And just hope you don't get rubber banded back into last place if you're in first. Because rubber banding is a thing still in Galaxies. Which, honestly, to me, just makes it feel like home. Because that's what was that was what Galaxies had in abundance. Alright, well, it drops you out here and you got all these spires. And, man, am I popping a wheelie or what? Woo! Pop a wheelie! Alright, well, I think that's going to do it here, folks. Oh, apparently no matter what I do, I'm going to be popping willies from now on when I'm driving. But like I said, I think that's going to do it here, folks. This has been Tatooine. Join us next time when we go to another planet to join and take a look at those points of interests. Now, I will say this, the point of interest videos, they're not going to be a scheduled thing. They're just going to be when I can get to them. Because it does take a while to either drive all across Tatooine or even just it takes a while just to drive all across Tatooine or even just find a nearby spaceport to, or planet I should say, not just Tatooine, but any planet really. Or find a spaceport with a close enough landing zone to get to the POI. So, like I said, this is something that we'll put out when I can. No set dates on things here for it. But I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, keep an eye out below. Like I said, also, maybe once we get done doing this point of interest tour here for the Patreon that requested it, you know who you are. That's right, Gonzo. Oh, and I'm going to end this here, looks like on a fight. All I need to do is just keep using my mine shots. How is he not valid? I'll take kneeling. No, I think we are about to get capped. This dude's punching me and doing mine shot. Have to point blank him. And I was incapacitated. I only got one of the fuckers. This is gonna be this. This is pretty much what it's gonna be right now. Me getting up, running away, and then. Okay, they didn't get aggro right away. There we go. I died, so I'm going back to the nearest cloning facility, which depends. Which would be Mos Espa, I believe. Yeah, things are decaying on us. But, anyway, as I was saying before I got so rudely interrupted there, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Also, like I said, this was a Patreon requested video. If you are a Patreon, you don't, and you meet the requirements on there for the donations, I am more than happy to make a special video for you. Or a series if you request it and I have the means to do so. So like I said, take a look at our Patreon page. But most importantly, whether you donate or not, that's not the important thing. The important thing is that I hope you're enjoying what I have here. I hope you continue to enjoy it. I hope you continue enjoying games and playing games and watching games. Till next time, this is the Grub. Take it easy. Bye-bye.